Hello everyone and welcome to this edition of SimRacing Academy with Gerhardus Jorison today in the GPVWC Academy car. And yeah, we have joined the server. We are ready to get out and Gerhardus is ready to get out as well. So here we go. Into the car goes Joris. And we are just switching scenes so you guys can see what's going on. There we go. And then we have Gerhardus Jorison waiting at pit road for green lights. There we go. So a full hour session we go on with. Increasing the sound a little here. And then actually having a look on how he races this car. So for the GPVWC Academy, the guys are doing a 27 lap race in, I think it's a Formula 3, Formula 2 car spec, something in between there. Only medium tyre is available, pit stops are optional. Whether they will be required, we're gonna see how we get the tyres to work, but I pretty much expect them to be necessary, to be honest. So Gerhardus has contacted me today for a coaching, not only driving lines, but mainly doing setup work. So he told me already that he knows the basic things, but he has a huge struggle to put them together. But of course we want to make sure that this goes better in the future, so that's why we're here, that's why we're working. Yeah, this turn 3 is a very interesting one as it tends you to send you wide, and I can see a few things already. I can see him turning a little too much on the wheels, having a little bad entries. I'm not sure if he's on a single screen or a triple screen setup. Yeah, this looks a lot better compared to last lap around.
Sorry, Michi.
I can show the setup to the public, right?
Yeah, no problem.
Okay. So, while we're speaking about him, his driving there, we want to parallel check on the set he's currently on. Very characteristic for this car. I can quickly check it out. The front wing got 60 clicks, the rear wing got a total of 45 clicks, so to sort of remain a balance between each other, you divide a front wing by 4 and the rear wing by 3, and then you can get a ratio altogether. So he's currently out on 34.25. If I do a quick calculation of that, 34 by 4 is 8.5 and 25 by 3, that is 8.3. So we got a little more balance towards the front, but probably not enough, as this car is really planted in the rear. So we're gonna work on that a little. Also, I believe that Spain is quite an aerodynamical track, which means we're going to also work a little in this area, but we're going to do that later. For braking, that looks a bit far towards the front. The other things basically look fine. Minimum tire pressures are set. Weight distribution can be fixed a little. Maybe also go, well, Custer's already quite high. Let's just gonna check on his driving first and on his lap times there. That was a better turn 3 indeed. Needs to carry a little more speed. Now this corner is not quite easy. Turn 5 looked good though. That was a good chicane. This chicane really requires a lot of rhythm and fluid driving, so puts it at personal best here with a 32.7. I think that's as fast as he ever did, as we're now in race fuel load. I'm gonna give him that lap as well again. I do not know about the steering rack he currently uses. I think it's quick, but for me he's turning too much on the wheel, killing the front left tire. I'm very sorry guys, I got a cold right now, so I'm kinda choking a lot. To the purple sector, 1 by a 10th though. Yeah, he's definitely turning too much on the wheel, causing the fronts to be overturned. What is your front tire wear and your rear tire wear right now?
Left front is 81, right front 92, and rear is 96.
Yeah, I can see a problem here. So I would swap the scenes already and get in the car. And I'm seeing various things that I'd like to address. So today I think there is a huge potential for you to get.
Okay, just let me.
I will take your setup again as it is, but I will send it back to you with some changes after the run.
Okay.
The first thing I do see is that you keep sort of going into the corners too quick, then over rotating on the wheel, then afterwards slowing down, not only basically fucking up the corner but also the exit, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
That is surely where you got a second or second and a half to gain still.
Okay.
So checking at this, make sure first two turns to not touch any curbs. Also what I do see in turn 2, you sort of lift a little through the apex. You can take this flat out. What you should do though is lift here and then go quicker out of turn 3. That is where you kill the front left and your lap time a bit. Turn 4 literally is okay. That is nice. Gonna talk about that later. Turn 5 looks good as well. Make sure to just carry the speed. Don't go too wide. I would not try to not touch the AstroTurf. Here, turn 7, you can carry a lot more speed and make use of that Astro on the outside to find a quicker line through it. And you see me not turning too much on the wheel at all, but still getting the same cornering speeds, but at the same time I'm saving massively tires with that. Same for this hairpin. I'm not only saving tires, it's also the tire got more grip because it's less sliding. It got less heat. And if you feel uncomfortable, just coast into that chicane there. That's really all you need to do. So going around the lap then, trying to address the points a little more clearly now, so you can compare it to your driving. Once again, don't touch the curbs, turn 1, turn 2, but you can take turn 2 flat out. Like this is all flat out here. And then you lift a little bit here to make the car able to turn. You hit the throttle again, I hit it too early. So my bad. But same here. You go inside to the curb, and then you can full throttle it quite early. The car has so much grip. Just make use of the track there. Missed turn 5. Although there's various lines to turn 5, then 7, 8. Try to carry more speed, don't touch the inside curb, just try to be close there. And the same here. Slow down early enough. And make a gentle steering, and the same for the hairpin really. Make use of the entire angle. Don't maximize the wheel turning, as it would just unsettle the car on the exit. Because what I'm quickly gonna stop for it in the next time when we are at the hairpin to show you what I mean. A lot of your killing goes on during you trying to correct your too quick entry speed there. And of course
I have to slow it more down more before entering.
Yes. And also, of course, your setup is quite understeery. That doesn't help in that regard as well. Now again, lift a lot here, then you can pick up the throttle. and that will be a lot quicker over the long distance because it saves your tires a lot. You need to make sure to not heat up the tire in the front left, or in general on the fronts, by more than 120, I would say. But the lower the better, obviously.
Yeah, okay.
Once again, turn 7, go to the inside there. You can make use of all that area, should be fine. Slow down early enough, don't overturn the wheel, and once you start picking up the throttle you want to open up the steering already as well, in order to save the tire. So now what I was trying to express, very often you're like here, and then you go full lock like this. Now,
Yeah.
when stationary, this is no problem, because now you see where the tires are pointing to and where you go to.
More to the inside of the corner.
Exactly, but what you basically do with having 70 or 60 kph an hour on the odometer is like you go more straight, you start to understeer. This is where you still understeer and understeer. Now the corner exits, or you exit the corner, you turn back the wheel. This is now the point where the front axis starts to regain the grip. And while you are full throttle trying to go out of the corner, stuff like this will happen then, where you have to correct because the rear end is not able to follow the front end then. So you want to always have the front end at its maximum turning ability. Same here, you often go like full lock and then you open the steering wheel, and you really feel it when you go too hard on the lock and you open the wheel. There is a very brief short moment where you suddenly turn more to the right despite your opening the steering. This is the point where the tire stops sliding from understeer, from having too much of an angle from the steering, and actually grips again. I can make it again here more. See it, the understeer, and then I open the wheel, and now the car keeps turning again. You can try to make that a little bit more plastic here. You see it, despite I was too quick in general, but despite I was opening the steering, my turning angle just kept the same. Let's see if I can replicate it a lot in turn 7. Yeah, turn 10. This is that one. Yeah. I just try to replicate it in the hairpin like you do it. So you come there, you go full lock. That is the problem I do mean, because I'm expecting the car to just go out. It doesn't work like that. So the moment I open the steering and I'm full throttle, the front gains grip again, starts to understeer, starts to oversteer. Okay, I'm going for one final lap. Try not to talk too much and put proper lines in. A little too wide. So I would have come down for like a 31 now. But there's more problems of your setup in that regard. So what your setup really is, it is very, very understeery. And I'm gonna change a few things that will make the pace better in general. So accidentally I was on the medium steering rack, so that is alright. Have you been on the quick one steering?
Yes, I have.
Okay, try the one faster, so 11.5 and fast in brackets, and see if that helps you a little bit.
Okay.
Also the brake throttle map, put that on 3. And the rest, I'm just gonna set more quickly. The power of the diff is alright. I would probably... I mean, we can keep the coast on 15, but 25 would increase the stability on the braking, but I'm not sure if it's just worth to increase it for that hairpin when you have the snapping problem.
Good.
So I would keep it 15. On the wing sides, I need to check something real quick, what I was doing straight line speed wise. Bear with me, because I've done a little research before that. Okay, so despite we will lose a little bit on the on the straight, we're gonna put wings of 41, 42 at the front, and like
40. Yeah.
29 in the rear. That will make the car a little more oversteery, but at the same time, of course, the understeer will go.
Yeah.
Beyond that, on the suspension, I will increase the ride height to 5.0.
At the front?
No, at the rear. At the rear.
At the rear. Okay.
I'm thinking about even going higher. Now we stay like this. And I will put the anti-roll bar on the front to 50, because I'm not sure whether you were scratching the ground on the front from leaning towards to left and right. And to outweigh that, I also gonna make the rear end stiffer by a click. So new anti-roll bars, front 50, rear 60.
Okay, got it.
At the same time, I keep your spring rate where it is. And the third spring at the front, I put to 220 to more stabilize the front end at 2.5 centimeters ride height, because cannot go much lower there. So we need to stick with that, more or less. On the braking side, I will put the brake bias more towards the front, 56.5. I will just try and see how it goes. With the increased braking, engine brake map, you should now be able to coast more easily through the corners and have a little bit more rotation, have a little bit more braking effectiveness, or slow down effect when being off the throttle. So here's the set, and then I'm trying to get you into the 31s now. So make sure to try to turn as less as possible. It will feel odd at the beginning. I know that.
Okay, will do. Okay, loading the setup.
Great.
You called it Michi 202?
I think your system calls it like that, yeah. Just check the wings. Is it 42, 31, then 39? Then it's the correct one.
42, 29.
Yeah, 29. True. Yeah, then it's the correct one.
I'll give it a try.
Yeah, in the meanwhile, I'm taking notes here. Yep, this looks a lot better. Yeah, I expected that a little, but now you see how much grip the front end got, right?
Yes, I have, and need a little adjusting to the turning of the wheel, but we'll get used to it.
Yeah, sure. I'll just grab a coffee in the meanwhile.
You do.
So I think you already saw that he has done quite an improvement just on the outlap already. Of course, the setup is now a little bit more turning, a little bit more aggressive. Doesn't really pursue him to turn on the wheel that much. I know that. However, you've clearly seen the turn 10 and the right-hander before it goes towards the back straight. That with a little more decreasement of speed on the entry and a little more less turning, basically. He just made the corner very, very nicely, and also the hairpin did not go full lock. Quite fast around the corner though. So really made up his way there already. We've spoken about he started testing and did a 1 minute 32 with 30 liters on board. Currently, I think we have over 60 liters on board right now. I may need a check on the set. Looking at the hairpin, a little bit of old habits, but better. Of course, the heavy anti-roll bar in the back, yeah, 61 liters, gives him a hard time out of the hairpin. I may have to check that myself. Steering in 13 is better. Yeah, 14, 15 just misses the apexes, but he's gonna be all right. It takes some time fiddling, indeed. Yeah, that looks a lot better. A lot more tire saving, indeed. Ah, yeah. Yeah, try to stay away from that curb. It is. I did it in the race as well. It just isn't worth the danger of spinning.
Yep.
So he has just matched his first sector by a tenth, no, 100th of a second. He missed that. And I'm pretty sure though he was saving more than an entire percent on the tire wear though, because of not turning the wheel too sharply. You can make use of the entry curb into turn 4, but I would stay away from that one on turn 5 here. Yeah, this is a good line through 7 and 8. That is an awesome turn 9. Do you feel the improvements there? looks a lot better indeed. So we were reaching 283 beforehand on the old setup. Now expecting 280 to 81 maybe. What we got 280 to 84 even. That's interesting. I'm a little bit puzzled why that is, but never mind. So looking at the sector 1 again, just half a tenth off his PB. But once again I believe with less tyre wear. Now looking how sector 2 will go. Don't underestimate sector 2 there. He is 33.4. That is personal best in the middle sector by a good tenth, and I'm pretty sure in the final sector he will be much quicker. As long as he does not... Yeah, exactly that. Don't try to brake too much for this chicane. It's okay if you lift off the throttle early and do just some light braking.
Okay.
Still, with that mistake, he did a 33.2 with his personal best being a 32.7. Sorry, a 33.0. So he was just like 0.3 off there. So that's definitely a step forwards. Yeah, very good turn 9. Looks fluid. Looks quick. 33.6. Do you think the anti-roll bar in the back is causing you to spin there?
Might be, or I'm going too early on the throttle.
Yeah, I mean you're still throwing the car in that corner a little bit. Just try to go out, do some consistent laps. I think that's the best you can do right now. Because in the low speed section, the wing should not make a difference at all. What we can try is putting the slow rebound on the front to 3. So the weight moves a little bit quicker towards the back. And so you don't lose the rear end that much as anyway on the braking. You may want to increase the slow bound in the rear to 3. So both slow rebounds on 3.
Just a second, Michi.
Yeah.
Say again, the springs and the rebounds?
Springs remain the same and slow rebounds front and rear both on 3.
Okay. 3 slow rebounds. So in the back it goes a little bit stiffer and in the front a bit softer. From the original.
Yeah, the front's stiffer. So no, the front goes softer. It comes from 4, and the rear goes.
I'm wrong.
And the rear slow rebound gets stiffened up. That makes the weight from the front going more quickly to the back under acceleration, and while braking keeps the weight at the rear so that the grips remain there.
Oh, okay, got that.
Yeah, a little too quick into it. Really want to slow down a little more, but I think the balance is improved. Yeah, just really for that chicane, try to coast a little bit more into it. Other than that, it's fairly much alright.
Yeah, I have to keep in mind to get slower into the corner.
Yeah. I may actually have an idea why the speed is higher or the same, even with lower wings. The increasement of the rear right height. Maybe that the car is scratching on the ground because there is no rear end spring in there. So you may need to add packers. Looking into the first sector. 26.8 is about 2/10 off his PB. But I can still see him struggle a little bit on balancing. Yeah, that was a good hairpin.
Oh, come on.
Yeah, just keep going. Give yourself a little bit of time. Need to maybe have a little bit softer turning, like not as sudden. Not sure whether he's not feeling that comfortable. I mean, as I said, the car is more aggressive now. Middle sector, 33.5. That is just a 10th off. I'm still waiting on a complete sector 3. Sector 3 PB is a 32.297. I'm pretty sure that he can purple that with the correct lines. I think he's missing a 10th or 2 there in the chicane. Coming around, 32.8. That's quite a lot off though. That was a good first sector. If that's not personal best, I don't know. 26.610. Yeah, it is indeed personal best, but 20 thousandths of a second. Comes around there, 32.729. Personal best, but oh, he's lacking 3/10 in the final sector, really, to be honest. He's done that so much quicker in that one lap. I can't really say what he did different. I mean, in that one lap he did a blistering chicane. That's what I know indeed. Now the first sector has been just a 10th off. Pretty sure he can gain though a lot more in the middle sector. I will do some changes to the set real quick. Give him a softer anti-roll bar in the back.
I'll bring it to the garage.
Yeah, can practice the pit entry for once.
That's the way to do it.
Yeah, indeed. Okay, I've made the rear suspension a little softer with the ARB, so that should give you a little bit confidence back. And I put packers in the rear end because I expect them to be yeah, to somewhat bottom out, which is causing the snappy oversteer. And then you just put the new set on and try and go again. You may lose some performance in cornering, but you should be way more comfortable picking up the throttle and stuff.
Okay. Yeah, I got the right setup now.
Yeah, rear ARB 40. And maybe if you want the brake bias a click more towards the front. Don't lift in that corner. I'm not sure whether the car has too much understeer now. Got any questions so far?
No, not yet, Michi. I just need to adapt myself to the.
Do you feel it's been quicker than before, or do you feel like there's too much hesitation going on by you?
No, it's stable. I just need to marks every lap after lap, and that's at the moment not what's happening.
Okay. Would it be a benefit to you if I go out drive again, do some consecutive laps?
Yes, do please.
Yes?
Yes.
I mean, if you feel comfortable with it, then you can spot the one or other thing again.
Yes, do, and can I adjust my my sound? It's a little bit too loud from the.
Okay. I'm just going out, right?
Yeah, you go.
can also try to check my driving inputs from your end there.
Yeah, no, I got your cockpit view.
Great. Too late. Yeah, the problem is that now tyres are starting to heat up and then they change their balance compared to the out lap.
You're in the hairpin, you're later into the corner than I am. I think I'm going into...
Yeah, you may be a little too quick on the entry and may lack some performance on the exit therefore. That could well be. Had the wrong angle. Am I hitting full throttle on the straight?
I'll check. Yes, you are now full throttle.
For some reason your car goes quicker over the straight. Despite we have the very same setup. So I'm now, I think, in my third timed lap, right? So that's lap 4.
That's true, yes.
Remember you had tyre wear after 5 laps of 81 fronts, 96 rears. So rears has always
Yep.
been fine, and the only thing in that car that is limiting you is the front wear. So, not even speaking about lap times or something, but I think I'm comfortably into the 31s. And right now I got 91% left on the front left, so just half of your front tire wear really per lap, which is a lot. Because right now at the rate you were wearing the fronts, you would probably need to box twice. And I think with a little lower wear like I got that now, you can box once and be fine.
Yeah, that's true. But I know that I need some more time to get all things together. That's taking me a bit more time than normal, I think. And I see you brake, let's say, 5-10 meters later than I do, and even got the corner. And when I do that, I miss the corner.
Yeah, it's what I see with you is you start braking and you want to turn and want to entirely over the brakes. What I do obviously is doing the trail braking thing, trying to carry the speed into the corner while still slowing down, especially here for that hairpin. I brake a little later, and despite still being on the brakes, I start doing the turn-in, which increases the rotation without adding the wear on the front and gets the car around. And I see here all you need to hear is some coast through those corners and carry some speed towards the exit. You luck a little bit there in your driving line. Not too much though, but yeah, I mean I see your point. You brake really early for turn 1 and then roll and coast into the corner. Whereas here you can really like brake late, still be a little on the brakes while coming into the turn. This was a very good turn 3. You really need a little bit of entry angle, so you shouldn't be at the very inside of the curb. A little too wide, not a valid lap. I'm just gonna try one final lap really.
Okay.
What do you see more differences between you and me there?
You take more speed around the corner, braking late and then trail braking into the corner, and be able to get earlier on the power, of course. So all those kind of things added to each other makes the big difference, I think.
Yeah, it could be right. The thing is, line-wise, you do not do that much wrong. It's just sometimes you make not use of the entire track and not entire use of the possibilities of the car there.
That's true.
Which sounds very odd now, but that's basically it. Nah. So meanwhile, now my front left is at 82. But I think I did like 6 laps or 7 laps now. Timed laps.
Probably yes. Yep.
Yeah, so that is really what makes the difference. Just from driving, turning, being at the right speeds and the right angles of the turning. Just to have a quick look. Yeah, 6 timed laps, so 7 in total. You did 5 in total, and we basically had the same front wear after both distances. And that's gonna be the difference, because those tires, I think you can wear them down to like 30 or 35, I think. So you will reach that point like 6-7 laps earlier, which in a 27 lap race is a difference between 1 stop and 2 stop.
Yeah, that's true.
So yeah, final 15 minutes.
Yep, I give it a try.
So let's see. Of course, I've put the hammer down quite massively now. So the gap's too. Oops. Was that him escaping or was that me? I was hitting a button. And of course me putting the hammer down, and 2 seconds difference now in lap times on the same car. You know, it's not about to demonstrate anything here. It's more him giving him a possibility to see differences, as he pointed out, carrying more speed, doing a little more of trail braking. Putting together the car in a different spot. I mean, we've optimized the setup already now to his liking. As he said, car feels stable, car feels balanced. It's just his driving that needs some more adoption, which is absolutely normal. In a coaching session like this, you're really just trying to put out a base, and even with that base, he's now hitting the same lap times that he did before with 30 liters less. So that in itself is an improvement already. So I think he did a 32.5, 32.6 with 30 liters. So that in itself is an improvement already. And now we're just trying to maximize everything he's got there. Nevertheless though, he will need to do some more homework. I think his race is in 4 days. So he will soon receive the consultancy report of that session. So he can rewind and rework through the papers to see what we did. And then may be able to improve. So his personal best was a 26.4 in the first sector, got 26.8. Yeah, he's trying to find the right groove, trying to find the right lines and the right. Actually, I was surprised about the grip of the fronts now. Yeah, he's trying.
Come on, focus.
You're trying too many things at the same time.
Yeah, that's the problem at the moment.
Yeah, just try to probably have good lines and have a nice and decent steering, and then slowly go towards up to the limits in terms of speed.
Okay, I'll focus on lines and the rest will.
Exactly, the rest will come. The sooner you get the lines right, the more and more you start taking and getting confidence. I flooded my desk with coffee. If oh dear. Little too much speed there.
Yeah, I know. I was too late at the brakes on my own marking over there.
Sorry, chaps. But flooding the desk with coffee is never a good idea. Noise. So let's see if you got possibilities. 26.7. That's not too bad. A little too early on the throttle here. Very good one. You need to wait a little with the turn-ins there. Like you're short before the actual turning point, you do a little turn to the left and therefore minimizing your entry angle already.
Say again, Michi, about
Yeah, you're turning in too early. You come towards the turning point, and short before turning point you do a little turn in, straighten the wheel up, but you're minimizing your angle by that. Try to stay
okay.
on the really outside, especially for that 6-7. Okay,
Yeah,
you got two more
okay.
laps I think, or one more lap. I think the server will end up early. Let's just try.
Yeah.
In that chicane, try to turn a little less sharply.
Yeah, okay.
Just find the very solid way through it. Come on, 32 now. That was a little too early. Third sector, 26, 27. Yeah, he's trying too hard. I think he will re-watch a lot of how I did the laps and then try to find a way to duplicate it. I'm pretty sure he will improve. There's no other way around it, to be honest. 33.417, that is a personal best, at least in the middle sector. Yeah, I think the server sadly will break up before he can finish the lap. It's just such a tragedy. If I tot up the personal best sectors, it would do a low 92, that's a low 132.3. Yeah, but that's about it. Session's done. And he ends it with a spin. But he will do fine in practice, I'm very sure on that. There we go. Right. There is still some work to do, buddy.
I know. But at least I've got a decent setup with the race fuel I get into the 132s. And that was only possible with 12 liters of fuel. So I think setup-wise we made a lot of progress. On the other hand, this guy needs a lot of training.
Well, the thing is, what I definitely see is you try to adapt to the new lines, and at the same time you try to carry more speed, and you sort of start to being rude on the steering wheel, if that makes sense.
True.
So it's not fluent, it's not consistent. Like no lap is being replicated with each other. So every lap looks sort of different. Which
That's right.
really,
That's true.
yeah, which really shows that there is a lot of potential still to be gained. So not blaming you in any way. Doing different.
But that's why we do the coaching. You have to point me at what I have to work on, and this time I will do this a little bit better, and next time I will do that better, and finally I hope I will get it some kind of together and get a decent pace and be more consistent, and that's all I aim for, and that's that I have to do with practicing and some guidance in okay, go that direction, do this, do that. Have your attention and focus on that. So that's the main goal of this coaching for me at least, and I think it worked for me this time. I have to bring in more practice and more time and get more next. I want to overdo it.
Yeah, I think you will be fine very soon, to be honest. Because it takes so much time. Working on driving adaptations, like different lines is one thing, but have a different steering input, have a different braking input, all that kind of stuff, lifting in the right moment. That's not very easy to just do and adapt in 2 hours and like expect full performance out of that real quick. It just doesn't work. So what you really need to do now is put in some practice. I'll try to get you around the consultancy report fairly quick, so you can have more reference to it, and that you can, yeah, try and work and try to improve.
Well, that will be done definitely. I'm sure about that. Just have to get the time to put in the practice, and I'll give you put your advices in the driving. Well, and especially Barcelona now. I know this track pretty well. The next race for the academy is Istanbul. I've drove it a couple of laps. It's totally different track. Next time Silverstone, and when you know the tracks, like you can read it and dream about it. That helps. Then you only have to concentrate on your driving.
True. I hear you, man. I hear so much. So.
But at least I'm happy with the time we spent together and have the coaching. It brought me a lot, and still not perfect, but I know what I have to work on, and that's that. At least that was my goal for today.
That's great, buddy. That's great. All right. So let me quickly finish that video so I can upload it for you. Right, chaps. That's gonna do it. That was the coaching together with Gerhard Jorison there, and yeah, we improved everything a little bit. We've laid out a good base. We've laid out a good possibility for him to go on and move on. I will try to start and yeah, bring that consultancy report up pretty quick. Beyond that, guys, thank you so much for watching. Thank you, Gerhard, for having the session with me. It was a pleasure again working with you, and yeah, I hope that you will have a nice result in the academy race then.
Okay, let's hope so. Thank you, Mitchell. Thank you again.
No worries. See you there, everyone. Goodbye.